Hi, hello everyone. Hello, Gretchen. How are you today?
I'm I'm good. I'm a little bit tired. We are all a little tired here because it is the third day of the summer solstice. And yesterday we did incredible ritual and ceremony with the stars and with solar in the sky, and solar, our very important project here of making a little ocean, salty sea in the mountains of Morelos. We're all
Yeah,
tired.
it was great. Well, so I'm so happy to be here and introduce you, Gretchen, that she is one of grandmothers of the stars. And today we're going to talk about, of course, from the waters to the planetary waters. And she is going to start to share with us which is the relationship from the Astros with the water, and yeah, what you have to say to us and share and everything.
Thank you, Vale. Well, everything is interconnected. See, we are all part of this cosmos. So the stars, the Madre Tierra here, we're all very interconnected, interwoven. And the base of astrology is fire, earth, air, and water. Everything in astrology is the essence. That's the core of all of astrology. And so water is very much honored and respected in all of astrology. And the water is the element that cares for the nourishing and the cleansing and I'm going to grab words, and the protection, and what gives us a chance to merge and connect and flow and be receptive. And so the astrology has so much that it honors of the waters. And for each one of us, we know that we are all 99% water. So we are tiny seas. We are tiny temples of water, each one of us in our bodies. We carry the whole cosmos within us. So there's a start. Does that give you a little taste?
Yeah, of course. Thank you so much. Well, I think I forgot a little introduce you, and I would like to say that you are part of the group Cosmos Family Community of the Water here in Tepoztlan, and we are sharing a lot of visions, a lot of knowledge about waters everywhere. Now is here in Tepoztlan, then we're going to Manealtepec, and then we're going to Colombia. And she's part of this, and she's been in astrology for maybe 50 years. So,
4 years. I was called to be an astrologer when I was 18. And stars.
So
They talk more and more with me. And I am so grateful to be part of this community. It is such a gift.
Yeah.
And
give to you being with us also to tell us which is the way to hear, to feel it, the what's going on in the sea, and also in the stars. So thank you so much for tell us about the relationship with the astros and the water. And also we like to know about your life purpose, like with the waters. Which is your vision? Why you are here from the waters?
I have been passionately in love with water my whole life.
Mm.
And so to find you all here has been an incredible gift, because this is the first time really in my life I have not lived on an island where I could go into the water all the time. I'm from New Zealand, Nueva Zelanda. And I lived also on a small island near Vancouver for many years, 34 years, making a community, bringing my family. And I swam in the salty sea and the sweet waters. I like to think of the rios and the lagos. There are sweet waters, right? And then we have the salty waters. And I swam in them often all winter, many winters, with sometimes, well, usually with a few friends, because it's better when you're going into very cold water to swim with a friend, no solo. And so here I am in Tepoztla, very high in the mountains, and we have very little water here. And we are actually in a huge crisis of water here. We are in the third wave of a heat wave, and everything is so dry. Even the farmers have delayed preparing the fields until today, of course. They're all busy around us, and we were hoping, oh, we hope you can hear us in this conversation. But this is a time of crisis in the waters. And the stars are speaking of that. Because, I could tell you so many astrological stories, but I'm going to tell you one little, okay? Because astrology is the study of cycles. And right now, Saturno, has stepped into Pisces. It stepped in March of 2023. And when Saturn steps into water, Pisces is one of the water signs, Saturn brings it makes things more constricted, more restricted. It says there are great lessons to learn from water. Saturn in Pisces will be there until the very beginning of 2026. And Saturn is the great teacher. And when it steps into Pisces, it says the waters are the greatest teachers for us now. And Saturn makes hard lessons and hard work. And all over the world, water has become more obviously scarce, more obviously suffering, polluted. This is a time of great crisis, great lessons for us. And Saturn is the teacher, and the teacher is telling us to be more responsible about water, to be more conscientious about the care of the water, the respect of the water, the keeping clean the waters, the recycling of waters. So a big part of my interest in Colectivo Agua has to do with conserving water, and keeping our waters safe and becoming much more conscientious. And Saturn is saying this is exactly the right time. It's part of why this work of establishing this tiny centro acuático in Tepoztlán is so perfect, because Saturn is helping us at this point. And we have to take care of this this pool. It's actually two pools. It's the pool of the sun and the pool of the moon. And the pool
wow.
is the warm water where we do the Janzu and the incredible work of the mothering and of moving our inner waters and connecting our inner waters with the outer waters. And the other pool, the cold pool, is the pool of the moon. And it's very muy profunda. And that pool, I have the planets are telling me some things about that pool. I feel like I have a special connection with that pool. And I imagine that we will be collecting the moon in that water. We will be doing, ceremony, and we will be singing with this water, and we will be going very deep in that water.
Oh.
Yeah. So, yes, so Saturn is in Pisces, and it says, here is a very important cycle to pay attention to, because Saturn, if you align with Saturn, Saturn becomes your ally, your teacher, your guide. And so it's saying, take responsibility for a body of water near you. And this is part of why Maria and I, and this beautiful group of people here in Tepoztlán, we felt the call to have body of water. I like to think of it as a tiny salty sea way up in the mountains. And that part of our devotion with this water is to help with the connection of the waters and these incredible people who are tending waters, Colectivo Agua, all over the world. And part of our work is to be, for a while anyway, this place where people can come and go and be in these healing waters and take lessons and learn so that they can go out. So is that good enough for here? And maybe we should talk about Manial today.
Yeah, sure. Thank you so much for telling us about which is the way to hear and connect with the water for this moment of the planet. So yeah. Well, Maneagaltepec, it's gonna be the 15th to the 19th of July. And it's an amazing lagoon near to Puerto Escondido. And Gretchen is gonna join us also with the other grandmothers, Maria, Lourdes, and we are super exciting to this project, to this co-creation. And yeah, of course, we are chatting about waters, of course, because it's so important for us. And we'll like to know the relation to the cosmos, to the stars, with the Astros, with that particular lagoon, because at night we know that all the stars go out. So we like to know the reflection, to the connection, and yeah, to tell it to everyone.
Okay. Well, of course, as an astrologer, I wish I could show you some of my drawings. I do up astrology charts that show when we arrive at Manialtepec and what is the intention of this time. And I I was very interested when I started looking at the stars of Manialtepec, and I began to have a great curiosity and an immense respect for the waters of Manialtepec, because the astrology and the connection is extraordinary, is truly magical. And I wish often here, because I no entiendo, I understand more Spanish than I speak, but often I am in meetings with 25 people who are all chattering away in Espanol. And the only thing I can do is I draw pictures. And maybe, I don't know if you can see, but I started drawing pictures of Manialtepec, and I realized that it was creating, those days we are creating a 5-pointed star. Each day is a point of the star. And I know it's messy, but that's what I do.
But I see the days, of
Yes.
course, the
And
moons.
so we begin 15, and we begin with the sun and the moon are both in Cancer, one of the water signs, right? And Cancer and Scorpio and Pisces are the signs of water. So Manialtepec and the stars arranged that we would be starting with the moon in Cancer, in the dark of the moon, the darkness before the new moon. So we were going to have 15 and 16 are in Cancer. So the moon, it rules the tides, the emotions, the waters. It brings that sense of the protection, the mothering, the nurturing quality of the moon to a great strength. And when it is in the last days before the new moon, it says, the ancestors will be very close. We will be making connection with our ancestors. And, we have abuelas coming, and we also have all of our abuelas in spirit are likely to be there. So
Me too.
one of the questions will be, what do your ancestors pray that you are becoming for this new consciousness, this new world that we are in, the very great times of change? Yesterday, we spoke more about Pluto and what is happening with Pluto. And at Manialtepec, we will be doing a little teatro of Pluto, because we're in such great change, and the ancestors are here and they are praying for us. I want to cry. That we will become who we need to be, and that we're asking in those first days to help us feel this. And also, because we're going to be working in the waters, they will be helping to clear away what we no longer need, so that we can listen to who we need to become even better. And then it got even more interesting, because we are there's so many stories of this. It's so very interesting. But then on the 17, we will be going out into the laguna in la noche. And without checking with any astrologers, Manialtepec and Las Estrellas arrange that there is an incredible alchemical shift and awakening that is going to happen with us, all of us who go out into the waters, because the moon will be new moon, and at night, right when we are there, there is going to be a transference of the moon in Cancer to the moon in Leo. Cancer is water, and Leo is fuego. And we are going to be in the phosphorescence, which is fuego, in the waters. This is an alchemical transformation and awakening and empowerment for us all that is being provided by the stars in Manialtepec without us having to prepare any of it. They just guided each one of you, each one of us to be there. So if there are people listening and you feel a call, Manialtepec is going to be a truly incredible initiation transformation where the stars are going to appear in the water, and we are going to be swimming through the cosmos of all the stars, and all that light is going to go into us, and we are going to be little stardust points of light because we're swimming in the waters in Manialtepec that night.
Oh, wow, sounds amazing. And
Oh yeah,
it's so nice to hear about the alchemy.
see,
So it's alchemy.
it's alchemy. So we don't have to think. In fact, our minds are not big enough for the transformation that we are going through. And the stars, the forces, the sources, the gods, the goddesses, they understand us best when we do ritual and ceremony. And then they are truly understand and can connect with us. And to do this work at this time, the preparation that we're going to do, and then to go into this sacred waters at this moment, we will be changed. We can trust this. And then the next day, which is 18, we will all dress up for Teatro de las Estrellas, dressing in who we are becoming, because the experience of Manialtepec, every experience that we have there is going to be helping us be more clearly who we are transforming into. So I started getting very excited about meeting the waters of Manialtepec when I started looking at this. And there are so many more stories I could tell you. And I will tell you, we will be doing pieces of teatro, the rituals, for a few more of the stories that will be helpful for people to understand. Because if people are feeling at this point in your lives, you are awake, because that is what the waters are like right now. This transformation that we are needing to go through to step into this new world is huge. It is very intense and very demanding. And if you are feeling like, oh yeah, everything's fine, then you are asleep. And if you are feeling like, whoa, wow, gather with other people and make connections with water and do ritual and ceremony, and join us at Manialtepec.
Wow. Yeah. Be with the waters and be in community. Don't be alone.
Don't be alone. Right now,
with all these movements of the planets of the cosmos. Oh, I'm so glad to hear you to describe all the your work with the waters and all this vision and information with Manueltepec. And yes, enjoy us, everyone,
Join us.
because it's gonna be amazing time to reset and make connections with another people. And oh, I'm so exciting. Thank you, Abuelita Cosmica, for all the love, for
Thank you.
all this information, for all this propose about your life, your work. And yeah, we'll see very, very soon in the lagoon.
In the Laguna. So this is going to be very, very powerful and very helpful and super fun because
Yeah.
when we're together, we really have fun. It is deep and profound, and it is healing, and it is renewing and restoring and kind and gentle.
Mm.
And thank you, Vale. You're very precious.
Mm. Thank you too. Also, thank you so much, and I love you.
I love you too. I really do. Okay, is there necesitamos más? Do we need more?
Well, we are just in time, so I think with this whole vision, it's a very good to information to everyone. So, and we're gonna have another chatting on next week. So, yeah. Mhm. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Okay. The
Okay.
waters, blessings on your waters, all of our waters.
Yeah.
Okay.